Welcome to Ozarks Live. Happy Monday. I'm Cammie.
And I'm Blake. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a great weekend. Okay, so lots of exciting things happening out there in the, I guess, pop culture universe, despite the strike that's happening.
And I love that you keep me updated on all this.
I really try. Try. So here's the first thing I want to discuss. So I was watching Friday night. There's this brand new show, but it's a revamp of sorts called Project Greenlight.
Which I've heard that name before. So when
Yes.
they revamped it, is it the exact same name?
Yes,
Okay.
exact same name. So it's on Max, the like HBO Max now streaming name, which is like kind of strange and
Used to be
confusing, but
HBO
whatever,
Max,
right?
now it's just Max.
Yes. So the old version had real life best friends and actors and directors Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. The whole goal was to help these like kind of lower, maybe lesser known, but super talented directors, film directors, and kind of give them like their big breakout moment.
Because they had a big breakout moment.
Yes.
So I know that they want to pay that forward.
Yes,
Or
so
pay that back or
now
something, whatever
the
it's
show
called.
is back on Max. I believe it's like 8 to 10 episodes somewhere in there, kind of like docu-series, reality TV style. But the lead is Issa Rae. So Issa Rae is an actress. She stars in it and she's like the lead of it, I guess.
Instead of Ben Affleck and...
Instead of them, yes. And so
Okay.
there's two other, like the other lady helps with, she was the director of Woman King, Viola Davis's film that came out this last year, which is exciting. So, but anyway, so basically what they do is their whole target was to get a new kind of female director in the mix of Hollywood, because there's like not enough. It's been this long debate for a long time.
Okay.
So they had multiple women apply for this, and then they picked one, and this one woman was going to direct the film that they are working on throughout the season. So at the end of the first episode, you see the female picked, and then throughout the rest of the season, you see kind of her journey working with Issa's team on like having her big breakout moment and seeing what it's like to work with a professional.
Now, is this
team.
still backed by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck?
That I don't know. They're not featured on the show, so I don't think so.
I wonder
think
if they're
it's
like
completely Issa's
executive
thing.
producers
They might be,
or something
yeah,
on it. If it's
yeah.
the same name, you'd think that they might be somehow connected.
Possibly, yes. Now, speaking of Issa Rae, she's also featured in brand new, exciting movie Barbie that's coming out this week. And here's what's kind of interesting, right? So we talked about Barbie last week, but this Friday is the Barbie and Oppenheimer premiere dates, right? And what's funny about these two films to me is that on social media, there's been this whole thing that they're calling Friday Barbenheimer Day because the movies are
Both of
so
them?
opposite, right? Like Barbie is very bright, very pink, very colorful, whereas Oppenheimer is like dark, covers a much more like serious
But
topic.
they are both, I mean, very, people want to see them. Like,
Yes.
they're very, lots of word about him.
Yes.
I want to see both of them. But yeah, they're so different. Yeah.
Both like really big directors behind them. You've got Christopher Nolan, who's done a lot of really big films. You've got Greta Gerwig, who's like been big, especially in the last few years. Both star-studded cast, if you will. But again, one very dark and one very like kind of light and fresh. So it's really funny like to see like the like
Barbenheimer.
mock like itineraries people have made for Friday. So I've seen tweets that are like, okay, start the day with like brunch and cocktails, go see Barbie, then get lunch, and then take a nap, and then go see Oppenheimer, and then just go home and like rethink your whole life. And it's just like hilarious to see that like contrast. And there's been a lot of tweets as well that show the kind of contrast of big, like I guess like blockbuster hits, you could say, that have done this in the past too that were on the same dates. And so it's just interesting to see, like, I don't know if
Do
there's
they
any
plan
correlation with
that?
that.
I mean,
I don't know.
that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm like
curious
most
about.
curious about
Because
too.
people will have to choose that
I know.
day, you know?
Well, what's interesting though, so I saw this more, I don't remember the number now, but AMC, there's like some event they're doing where you can buy like both tickets for both, and apparently like a lot of people are invested in that. So that's the thing, is like some of the movie theaters are like, I guess like buying into an extent too with like this kind of made up event that people are doing.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
And I'm really curious to see which one will come out on top just on opening day.
I was just thinking that too. I'm excited to see like what the revenue numbers are because personally I would love to see both. I think
Right.
both are going to be really good,
Yeah.
but for different reasons,
And
right?
we've been seeing previews for both of them for months
I
on
know.
end.
Yeah. And what's interesting is both casts were on large press tours over in Europe specifically, and both are done with those because of the strike in LA. So it's interesting too because these films are coming out, both are finally premiering, and all the cast is done promoting it because of the strike going on. So it's pretty interesting how
Pretty
that
bad
works.
timing.
Yes.
As well as the Emmys coming out. Pretty bad
Yes,
timing
as well
with
as
that.
the Emmys, coming up in September. And so I don't know how that's going to pan out. But anyway, okay.
So many things.
Another story on a lighter note, right? So this morning it was announced the first ever Golden Bachelor, Gary Turner, 71 years old
This
from
is adorable.
Indiana.
I like
think it's
it.
pretty adorable too.
Yeah.
So here's the whole concept, right? The Bachelor, Bachelorette,
He doesn't
the whole
look 71,
franchise.
first of all.
I know, he doesn't at all, but it's been around forever. And so they're kind of bringing it back again for another season, but with a twist. So as I said, Gary is 71. The female contestants, if you will also be relative age to that. And it's kind of just like this idea of like later in life, maybe do you get a second chance audience that love, depending on what your situation
Well,
was, right?
and I'm also super curious to see what kind of women they've picked out for this. Are they normal
I know.
70-year-olds,
I don't
or
know.
are they like just trying to fit a mold,
I know.
you know, for
Yeah.
the show purposes?
Well, I'm also interested to see if there's like still drama. Like, is there still gonna be drama with these 70-year-old
Or
women
are they
vying for the
so
same
all
person?
over it at this point in life? I mean,
right.
I'm over
Or are
it
they
at
all
this
just
point in
gonna be
life.
like super tame? Like they're just gonna be like whatever it is, what it is,
I don't
you know? So.
And that's probably why they're making this, so
Yeah.
that people will watch to see what will come out of it.
I know, and the thing is, I'm really interested in this because the promo videos, Gary seems like a very genuine guy. He is a widower. His wife died a few years ago. They were high school sweethearts, so together with her most of his life. In 2017, I think it was, she died from cancer 6 weeks after retiring. He's got a couple daughters, couple grandkids, so he's just like all in, and his family's really backing him on it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this show that's shaped pop culture in so many ways, had such an impact, changes with the lead as an older man.
Yeah,
so,
you know, I haven't watched The Bachelor probably in, I mean, when did it start? I watched maybe the first two
Like
or three
early
seasons.
2000s, yeah.
So I haven't seen it since then, but this is something that I might actually come out and kind of watch it a little bit.
I think it'd be
see.
kind of interesting.
I'm curious. I'm really curious.
I know. We'll have to watch it when it comes out and then talk about it on the show because I think
Yeah.
they're pretty interesting. So, I don't know. Lots of crazy things happening. But that's not all because
That's not all.
the Brooklyn Public Library immortalizes the king of rap, Jay-Z, and what movie productions are held up due to Hollywood's actor strike.
And Danya Backus has your eye on entertainment.
Hollywood actors will be back on the picket lines Monday alongside screenwriters who are also on strike. Work on Tom Cruise's 8th Mission Impossible movie, along with Marvel's Deadpool 3 and Venom 3, has been halted.
Russians have entered the city.
The Associated Press and PBS have premiered their new documentary, 20 Days of Mariupol, that chronicles the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The AP journalists who captured stories of the city under siege were the last international reporters to remain in Mariupol.
The doctors, the police, the military, the just civilians, everyone kept telling us, show the world what is happening to our city.
During the first 20 days, journalists were able to transmit some of their footage and reporting, and for that, they were awarded 2 Pulitzer Prizes. 20 Days in Mariupol is now playing in select U.S. theaters. And the outside of the Brooklyn Public Library is now covered with lyrics from hip-hop artist Sean Jay-Z Carter. The all-encompassing exhibit is also inside, showcasing Jay-Z's rise to international fame from a public housing project in Brooklyn. The exhibit was a surprise to Jay-Z, who got a sneak peek before it officially opened to the public.
I think it's wonderful that they're giving him his flowers while he's still alive. He's an inspiration to all of us.
The exhibit is free. That's your eye on entertainment. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
So many interesting headlines there. I'd be pretty interested to see that Jay-Z exhibit. I think that'd be fast. He's had such a long career,
Yeah, he has.
interesting marriage to Beyonce. I think it'd be really interesting to see overall.
I
don't know.
agree with that. I agree with that.